Doc, so let's get into what's going on in AEW. And I wanted to start with the Ring of Honor situation. And you gave that Death Before Dishonor pay-per-view an A-. You loved it. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah, I really had a great time with that show. In fact, I've come to the conclusion that that's my favorite ROH pay-per-view since Tony took over.
Wow, that's some big words.
A lot of really great matches.
So here's the question. We're in the middle of this TV negotiation, and we'll get into the what's going on behind that in a little bit. But what do you think AEW needs to do with Ring of Honor? Because I feel like they are really missing out on getting the ROH product out. They are doing some great work down there. I mean, like Athena, and you got Mark Briscoe and so many other guys doing having outstanding matches, getting it done down there. But it's stuck on Honor Club, and you're not getting pay-per-view, and you're not getting to see this as much as everybody probably should be. What do you do with Ring of Honor?
Well, during the ROH media call, Tony did mention that when he's doing negotiations, he is trying to include ROH in that. So getting ROH on TV is not an impossibility. And I think that would be the first thing, because when you put it behind a paywall, you're really just limiting the reach so much when that's the only thing. Now, if it was on some kind of service that offered AEW and ROH stuff, more people would be subscribing and watching it, of course. With Max being the potential streaming home for AEW, if that goes through, I would love to see ROH on Max as well. And I think it would do wonders for them, just getting more eyes on the product. But the reality is the product will only succeed if they're putting effort into the weekly shows. And for a while, it's felt like the weekly shows have not been a priority. You have a big roster between ROH and AEW. And unfortunately, whenever somebody gets, other than Athena, which I don't know what's going on there, but whenever somebody gets hot in ROH, they're moved to AEW, and, we end up getting a lot less cohesion in Ring of Honor. So I think getting them on TV or on a better streaming service is really the key. And then actually putting some effort into the ROH roster and making more people just dedicated ROH talents that don't jump ship between the two companies. Like Maximum Male Models, MXM Collection, whatever we're calling them now, even though they did just appear on Collision, my understanding is that they were hired more for Ring of Honor than AEW. And getting more talents like that are just going to be in Ring of Honor, that if people like them, their only place to see them is Ring of Honor. Like, that's what's going to incentivize fans.
Yeah, it's a tricky spot. And I do think that the Max situation, getting that in that contract, and I know Tony's pushing for it, and I'm sure it's going to happen, but getting Max involved in this would be not only key for Ring of Honor, but AEW, and is their next big step. He's got to get that done. He has to, to give them that streaming platform to get all the material out there, because it you still can't put them in the same class as WWE in terms of everything that they do. But when you're trying to reach that level and do the things that make WWE successful, having a home like that is important. And they don't have any place to put their material, so they need that home. And I also think for the pay-per-views, they need that home, because you're looking at WWE and saying, hey, I've got a $9.99 monthly subscription. Why am I having to pay $50 or $60 for a pay-per-view every couple of months? It doesn't make sense to people. So, I think that turns people off as well. So these TV negotiations are super important. And are you hearing anything about that? We've seen some interesting stuff go back and forth over the past week or so. But what are you hearing about what's happening with those negotiations?
I mean, even if I knew anything, technically I'm under the Warner Brothers umbrella, so I probably shouldn't say anything.
Good point. That's right. I did forget about that.
Yeah. But I actually I don't know a lot, but my hope is AEW stays right where it is, because I hate to say it, but now that the NBA is gone, it's going to be better for AEW because they're not going to be preempted as much. And I want them to get everything on Max. And with Max doing a lot more live sports and focusing on, you know, diversifying their content or whatever buzzwords you want to use, it's going to be a good addition to the roster to have AEW and potentially ROH stuff on there. I think a lot of fans would be thrilled to be able to go back and watch every episode of Dynamite. Well, maybe not every episode, that would take a while, but like, you know, go back and watch some of those old matches that AEW hasn't put up on YouTube in full, or you don't want to go pirate somewhere, you know?
Yeah. So this is going to be pretty exciting. We'll see when Tony and I'm sure Warner Brothers get this done, but it's coming. I think it's just a matter of time at this point.
Hey there, adventure seeker. Ready to unlock incredible hotel deals? Get a free membership and save up to 50%. Stay grand. Spend less. The simplest site. The best unpublished hotel deals. TheTravelShark.com.